Hello, my name is Neil Mihul Shah, and today I'll be presenting on a very important business topic, profit modeling and break-even analysis using Excel. In this presentation, I'll show you how we can move from raw numbers, cost, prices, and sales volumes into a powerful financial story, a story that tells us exactly where survival ends and profit begins. Imagine this. You've got a brilliant idea. Maybe it's the world's coziest coffee shop. Maybe it's a quirky subscription that delivers artistic socks. Or maybe it's an app that translates cat meows into Shakespearean poetry. You're excited. You've got the passion. Maybe even the customers waiting. But here's the big question. Will it actually make money? This is the moment where dreams meet reality because every business, whether it sells coffee, socks, or cat translations, lives and dies by one gravitational truth, the quest for profit. Profit isn't just numbers in a spreadsheet, it's the oxygen of a business. It pays bills, funds salaries, fuels marketing, and gives you freedom to grow. Without profit, even the most creative idea collapses. So, how do we know if an idea will work financially? We need a map that shows us where survival ends and success begins. That map is profit modeling and break even analysis. And the tool that brings this map to life is surprisingly simple, Microsoft Excel. Before we dive into numbers, let's pause for a moment. What we're really doing here is turning uncertainty into clarity. Every business idea, no matter how exciting, starts in the same place with unknowns. How much will it cost to run? How much should I charge? How many sales will it take just to cover expenses? Without structure, these questions can feel overwhelming. That's where profit modeling steps in. Think of it like a flight simulator for your business, a safe environment where you can test different scenarios without risking a single dollar. Do you want to see what happens if your rent goes up or if you lower your prices to attract more customers? A profit model lets you explore those what ifs before they become real challenges. And at the heart of every good profit model is one powerful tool, break even analysis. It's the exact point where survival turns into success, where losses flip into profits. To bring this to life, we'll use Excel because it's not just a spreadsheet, it's a storytelling tool for your numbers. And that's where our dataset comes in. Let's ground this in numbers. Here's the dataset we'll use in Excel. Runner's fixed costs $5,000. These are the unchanging monthly bills like rent and salaries. They don't care if you sell 1 unit or 1 million. Variable cost per unit, tons. Dollars costs tied directly to each unit sold, like ingredients, packaging, or electricity. Selling price per unit $25. This is how much we charge per unit. We'll test sales volumes from 100 units to 500 units. For each, we calculate total cost, fixed cost, plus variable cost, tackler units sold, revenue, selling price, tackler units sold, profit, revenue, much total cost. This simple table is the foundation of every business decision. But what makes it powerful is how Excel helps us bring it to life. Let's see what the table tells us. At 100 units, revenue is $2,500. Costs are $6,000. Result? A loss of $3,500. At 200 units, profit is still negative at -$2,000. At 300 units, we're so close but still slightly negative at -$2,000. Finally, at 350 units, profit flips positive, $250. This is our first big insight. The business crosses from loss into profit between 300 and 350 units. That's the break-even range. Now let's visualize it with a chart. On the x-axis, we have units sold. On the y-axis, we have money, dollars. The orange line shows total cost. Notice how it starts at $5,000, our fixed costs, and rises gradually as we sell more units. The red line shows revenue. It starts at zero, no sales, no money, but rises faster because each sale brings in $25. Where these two lines cross is the break-even point. That's the exact number of units where revenue equals cost. To the left of that point, we're in the loss zone. To the right, we're in the profit zone. For our data, break-even is about 300 units. This chart is powerful because it turns abstract math into a story your eyes can understand instantly. To understand why this works, let's go deeper. Fixed costs are the bedrock of your business, stubborn, predictable, and unchanging. Rent, salaries, insurance, software subscriptions, these are the bills you pay no matter what. Variable costs, on the other hand, are like shifting sands. They rise and fall with your sales. Sell more coffee, you buy more beans, cups, and milk. Run a bakery, more flour, sugar, and butter. Even labor can be variable. Think of hiring an extra barista on a busy Saturday. This distinction is crucial. Why? Because it defines the financial hole you must climb out of every month. If your fixed costs are $5,000, the first $5,000 of revenue doesn't even count as profit. It just pays for survival. Profit begins only after this hurdle. Let me bring this to life with a story. Chloe owns a small independent cafe, The Daily Grind. Her fixed monthly costs are $9,000, $2,500 for insurance and subscriptions. Her variable cost per cup, beans, milk, cups, lids, transaction fees, is $1.40. She charges $4.50 per drink. Now she asks, how many cups must I sell to survive? Using the break-even formula, break-even units, fixed cost, view price, variable cost, $9,000, view price 50, $3, $9,000 for cups per month, or about 97 cups per day. Suddenly, Chloe's overwhelming financial worries turn into a daily target. She doesn't just hope for profit, she knows exactly how many cups she needs to sell to stay afloat. This is the power of break even analysis. But Excel doesn't stop there, it's a laboratory for decision making. Raise prices, the revenue line steepens, break even shifts left, fewer sales needed. Higher rent, fixed costs rise, the cost line jumps upward, break even shifts right. Lower variable costs, maybe negotiating cheaper supplies, profit margin per unit grows, and break even drops. This is where Excel shines. You can test these what if scenarios instantly. It's not just math, it's strategy. Why is this important beyond just passing an assignment? Because businesses live and die by clarity. Too many entrepreneurs guess instead of plan. Break even analysis removes guesswork. It tells you, runners, the exact sales target for survival, the margin of safety beyond that target, the financial impact of changes in price, cost, or sales volume. It transforms uncertainty into strategy. It's not just accounting, it's survival. So let's step back. We've seen how Excel takes a simple dataset and transforms it into a story: costs versus revenue, losses versus profit, survival versus growth. We learned the difference between fixed and variable costs. We walked through revenue and profit formulas. We saw how a business like Chloe's Cafe uses break even analysis to set daily sales goals, and we saw how scenario planning in Excel helps entrepreneurs make smarter decisions. In the end, break even analysis is more than numbers. It's a compass. It's the North Star for any business, showing exactly where survival ends and success begins. With this tool, you're not just guessing your way through business, you're navigating with a map, and that map gives you control, confidence, and the power to turn ideas into profitable reality.